Shalom Yesharala. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachab Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessing to those Akim that preach the word in all truth and sincerity, along with Israelite foreigner brothers that are like the heathens. But the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is your brother you call a mouth from the Branch Gay Milson LA camp. Back to another video. And today's video will be entitled An Example of When the Enemy Shall Come In Like a Flood. I was going to go on some precepts and Lord willing, you brothers and your sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemon Shai. Today I'll be going to account during the time of the great prophet Elijah. When, a band, multiple bands of military troops came to try to, apprehend him. And the Lord had lifted up a standard for the prophet, the great prophet Elijah. And we know we entered to them times again, according to Revelation 12 and 12, when the devil, which is a so-called white man, when he comes down with great wrath, but the Lord willing we part of the elect, the Lord is going to lift up a standard against this devil, through divine intervention. So I'll be going to that in today's lesson, and Lord willing, you brothers and your sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemon Shai. But this is Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19, and it reads, "So shall I fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west," which is the western hemisphere, which is North America. It says, "and his glory from the rising of the sun, the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him." So this scripture, this precept is a divine intervention precept, because Esau's going to come down with like a great flood again upon us Israelites, man, all of us. But the only difference is that the Lord is only going to protect his elect of Israel. The 2/3 of Israel, they're going to be destroyed. The Lord is going to allow Esau to destroy 2/3 of Israel, the wicked Israelites, by way of his military troops. You see? And when you define that word standard, it's from the Hebrew word nawas, which means to flee, escape, to take flight, depart, disappear. So through divine intervention, the Lord can have, through his power, the Lord can have you disappear from Esau's military troops, make you become invisible, or the Lord can do it by way of an angel, to drive hastily, to take flight, to drive at, or the Lord can have you get spiritual power and drive at these at the military troops, man, to put to flight the military troops, through spiritual power. You see? So let's go into the account, and this is Second Kings, the first chapter, and I'm just going to read on down to verse. Let's see, to verse 16. It's a very short chapter. This is Second Kings, the first chapter, the first verse. It says, "Then Moab rebelled against Israel after the death of Ahab, and Ahaziah fell down a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria." Now Ahaziah, he was the son of infamous northern kingdom king Ahab. So this was hit during his reign, which he was wicked as well. Because just real quick, when you go to the previous chapter, it actually says, let's see, um, yep, it says, then Ahaziah said Ahaziah the son of Ahab unto Jehoshaphat, "Let my servants go with thy servants in the ships," but Jehoshaphat would not. So this, just wanted to give proof that King Ahaziah, he was a son of King Ahab. So just real quick. So let's go back in verse 2 and 2 Kings, the first chapter. And Ahaziah fell down through a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria and was sick. And he sent messengers and said to them, Go inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover of this disease. See, that's the thing. He was going off. You know, um, he was going off into idolatry. You know, he was worshiping other gods. You know, to be exact, as it said, the Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, that was the guy he was worshiping. You know, it says, but the angel of the Lord Yahweh said to Elijah the Tishbite, Arise, go up to meet the messengers of the king of Samaria, and said to them, Is it not because there is not a God in Israel that you go to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron? Right. Which it was a God, which it is a God in Israel, which his name is Yahweh, but Elijah was just saying this in mockery, you know, that, you going to serve the God of Beelzebub because it's not a God in Israel, you know. So, it was a God in Israel, his name is Yahweh, but the deeds that Ahaziah was doing, it made it seem like it wasn't a God of Israel, which it was, but verse 4 says, Now therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art going up, but shalt surely die. And Elijah departed. So that was a message that she gave to the messengers of King Ahaziah, that, hey, man, you're not going to recover from a disease, on your bed. You're gonna die because you were being wicked, worshiping other gods. It says, and when the messengers turned back from him, he said to them, Why are you now turned back? And they said to him, There came a man up to meet us and said to us, Go turn again to the king that sent you, and said to him, Thus saith the Lord, Is it not because there is not a God in Israel that thou sendest to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron? Therefore thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art going up, but shalt surely die. So the message is just reiterating the message that they were told from Elijah. It says, And he said to them, What manner of man was he which came up to meet you? So what type of man was this, and told you these words? And they answered him, He was an hairy man and girt with the girdle of leather by his loins. And he said, It is Elijah the Tishbite. So the king knew exactly who it was. And that's another thing too. Elijah, he was well known, because he was a great prophet, man. You know, it says, Then the king said unto him, a captain, and this is the point right here, verse 9. Then the king sent unto him a captain of 50 with his 50. And he went up to him, and behold, he sat on the top of a hill, talking about Elijah. And he spake unto him, Thou man of God, the king hath said, Come down. And Elijah answered and said to the captain of 50, If I be a man of the Most High, Yahweh, then let fire come down from heaven and consume thee in thy 50. And there came down fire from heaven and consumed him in his 50. So this was divine intervention. This was power that Heavenly Father Yahweh sent for his great servant Elijah. You know, it says again he sent unto him another captain of his 50 in his 50, captain of 50 with his 50, and he answered and said to him, O man of the Most High, thus have the king said, Come down quickly. And Elijah answered and said to them, If I be a man of the Most High, Yahweh, let fire come down from heaven and consume me and destroy thee in thy 50. And the fire of Yahweh came down from heaven and consumed him in his 50. So this is the second time it happened. An example of divine intervention from the Lord. Lifting up that standard for his elect men of Israel, which Elijah, he was of the elect. And he sent again a captain of the third. So this is the third time, 50 with this 50. And the third captain of 50 went up and came and fell on his knees before Elijah and besought him and said unto him, O man of the Most High Yahweh, I pray thee, let my life and the life of these 50 thy servants be precious in thy sight. So this captain, he was scared, because he seen the other two captains and their 50 got destroyed. So this captain, he was pleading with Elijah not to destroy him in his 50. It says, Behold, there came fire down from heaven and burnt up the two captains of the former 50s with their 50s. Therefore let my life now be precious in thy sight. And the angel of the Lord said to Elijah, go down with him, be not afraid of him. And he arose and went down with him unto the king, man. You know, and he said to them, thus said Yahweh, which is Elijah saying to the king. And Elijah, he was bold, man. That's another thing, you know. The prophets are bold in righteousness. You know, he wasn't afraid because Elijah wasn't afraid because he knew the Lord was with him. You know, and that's the same spirit we gotta have, man. And JT and Jacob's trouble. You know, and the Lord shows us now, right now, through our afflictions when we go through them, and our deliverance from these afflictions that we go through is a token that the Lord is with us, and it builds up our faith to prepare for these times to come when these things will happen to us, the persecution. It says, thus saith the Lord, for as much as thou hast sent messengers to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, is it not because there is no God in Israel to inquire of his word? Therefore thou shalt not come down off that bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die, man. You know, so Elijah, he's saying the same thing he told the king messengers. You know, telling right in his he's telling this right in his face with great boldness, man. You know. So he died according to the word of the Lord which Elijah had spoken, and Jehoram reigned in his stead in the second year of Jehoram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, because he had no son. Now the rest of the acts of Ahazia which he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel? Yes, so yeah, that was that account. You know, that was an example when the enemy shall come in like a flood, but the Spirit of the Lord lifted up a standard against them. You know, and that's gonna happen again, man. You know, because Esau got all this great power right now. You know, this technology. You know, these uh, weaponized uh, artificial intelligent robots. You know, the Boston Dynamic robots. He had, you know, super soldiers. You know, he had planes. He got drones. He got tanks. And we don't have nothing. All we have, nothing carnally to fight this man. But what we do have is Yahweh Shemon Shai, man. And that's the most important thing. And we're going to, it's already written that the elect got the victory. You know, and Lord willing, we a part of that. But this is Psalms 3 and verse 6. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about, man. You know why? And this is a psalm of King David. So why would the elect be not afraid of 10,000 people? Because they know the Lord will be on their side. You know, it says, arise, O Yahweh, save me, O my God, for thou hast smitten all my enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. The teeth represents the power. You know, so that's what the Lord is going to do. He's going to break the teeth of the ungodly. The ungodly is Esau, Edom. You know, also 2/3 of Israel and these heathen nations. But beginning on with Esau, Edom, the Lord's going to break their power, man. Going to destroy them. So salvation belonging unto the Lord. Thy blessing is upon thy people. Salah, man. So, so yeah, I just wanted to go into that. You know, an example of when the enemy shall come in like a flood. The spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him, man. You know, and Lord when I can input the latter in a verse, the latter in a verse, Lord when it can fit. But if not, I just put the first part when the enemy shall come in like a flood. You know, so Lord willing, I was edified, and you know, till next time, Shalom.